Welcome to Lincoln, Nebraska, and to play some of the games immortals have called home. Johnny the Jet, Frazier, Crouch, Rozier, and many, many more have built this big red legacy as this crowd is ready to cheer on their beloved Cornhuskers. Out of the end zone. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. So the Nebraska Cornhuskers will have some work to do after that short return. Here he comes, and obviously defense is always going to be aware of a quarterback, but boy, he finds a way to put defenses on their heels all the time, David.
I mean, what can't he do? He's got the weapons. He's got...
Fires the pass, intercepted. A return there would have just been icing on the cake. They'll just have to settle for the cake at the 23.
Man, and I think you come out, Palmer, and you say, I want to be aggressive early and maybe take a shot, but that's not the shot they were talking about.
No, and give the defense credit because they watched film too, and they knew this offense might come out and want to be aggressive, and they were ready on the back end that time for that. They came into this game hyped up, ready to go. Great individual effort by that defender getting up there.
They get him on the ground with this running game imposing its will. 6-yard gain down to the 17. This crowd bringing the energy and noise early. They'll go right back to him. He rolls all the way down to the 5-yard line before they finally get him stopped.
And listen, the offensive line has to do their job, but a really good job by the running back, understanding where his hole is. Go hit it, get the first down, don't mess around. Nice job following his hole, getting positive yards.
And the Trojans want to crank the tempo. Direct snap. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see which way that's going to go. We'll repeat the previous down, but this time the offense has 10 more yards it has to cover. Now 2nd and goal, and right in the teeth of this noise. Dropping back, it's Mendez. Unleashes to the end zone. And he wanted to get the score right there, but it falls incomplete.
And how nice is it to have the home crowd going absolutely bananas? Communication is harder. The snapping the football, everybody being on time. Man, this crowd really affecting the football game.
You can hear yourself think on 3rd and goal. Out of the gun, the inside give. And they're able to make the tackle. I know their whole deal is being aggressive, but I'm not sure this is the right time for that.
Man, I'm staying aggressive. I believe in my offense. I know I need points. You know, field goals, it's not going to be good enough. Go for it.
Never a doubt. Right down the middle. And with that, they break the seal on the scoring. It's 3-0. And he's going to try to return this one. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. Well, let's see if this drive goes better than the last one. They were in and out quickly after the quick pick, David.
Yeah, first play, big mistake, man. Now, let's get this offense in a little bit of a rhythm. Maybe before you open it up again, Palmer, or do you trust him right away?
He seems to me like the guy maybe that just needs to kind of get into the flow of the game. So maybe you get the running game going here and just give him some easy looks to let him get louder.
They'll get it to the 48, no need to measure. It's a first down. A new set of downs after the completion. Handoff from the gun. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. Last play was a near disaster. Now dealing with 2nd and 13. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. The margin for error so small in a conference like this, and in Big Ten play, really imperative to get off to a good start.
You really focus on all offseason getting off to such a great start, right? Start fast. Win our conference. Well, this is step one. And so I think you're so tired of hitting your own color jerseys, by the way. You're excited when you get in conference plays. You start to get some of that familiarity, some of that also that hatred that you have for these other teams. So the Big Ten is a fun conference.
And down goes the quarterback. There are penalty flags down, but it looks as if this might be on the offense. This defense happy with how that last play turned out, so they'll decline the penalty. And now on second down for this offense. Back to throw, it's Massey. And he had it for a second, but it just dribbled out of his hands.
Obviously, when you're playing in weather like this, the ball is very slippery and it's hard to catch. The QB threw a bullet that time, and his receiver just could not reel it in.
On third and long, no secret what he needs here. Setting up the screen. Defense was not fooled by that screen to the back, and they'll stop him short of the marker. It'll be fourth down. They'll send out the kicker to try to salvage this drive. Right down the boulevard, it's good. And the kick is good, and guys, we have ourselves a tie ball game. And we're all square as he's set to kick it away. Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. And guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. They had to settle for the chip shot field goal last time, Jesse. They'd love for this one to pay. And the pass is intercepted. And he's going to take it all the way back. Touchdown, Husker. That's one of those plays you put a highlighter beside it. Can really swing a game.
100%. There's a couple plays a game when you go back and you look and you're like, man, that changed the whole outcome. What an unbelievable play by the defense, not just to get the turnover, to score the points off of him.
No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. So, guys, we'll see this offense again. The give to the back. That penalty moves the ball back 10 yards. We'll replay the down. They've got them pinned deep in their own end, and this crowd trying to help keep them there. Looking downfield, it's Mendez. Got his man on the right. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. Here comes the offense on second down. Takes the handoff. It's Vargas. Still on his feet at the 45. And he's brought down after a nice game. For all of the star quality that USC has been built on, good offensive line, strong running game has always been a hallmark.
No doubt about it. I think they're built on, the passing game and explosive playmakers out wide, but they've always had that balance at USC. You got to have a little bit of the boring to go with the glitz and the glamour.
He's going to pass. A shot toward the end zone. He was open, he had it, and he dropped it. Would have been a touchdown. Instead, it's second down. Sometimes people say, if you're good enough, what's the big deal about going on the road? Well, if you're not careful, you might find out in a spot like this one, guys.
Yeah, no doubt about it. This is a hostile environment, and you know you're going to be getting the opponent's A-game for this one. They've circled this one all off-season, so they better be ready to bring it today, David.
And the hardest thing to do in college football is to go on the road. Everything about it changes, and you want to shut this crowd up early. You don't want to give them belief, because if it starts to build throughout the game, look out.
Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Looking to scramble. He'll turn it loose out to the right. Right through his hands. He had a touchdown and just didn't look the ball in. It'll be fourth down. The Trojans will punt this one away. He ought to be able to use this first punt to pin him deep. And they can't get on top of it to down it, so that ball will come out to the 20. And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. They kicked a field goal on the last drive, Jesse. They've got the lead. Don't make a dumb mistake, but maintain your aggressive play calling.
Yeah, no doubt. I think it's the play caller right now just taking a look at that script he's got in front of him and finding out where are my playmakers, who can we take advantage of on this defense to get a touchdown here.
Yeah, and just keep moving the ball down the field. Just execute a little bit better in the red zone. There's no need to panic. We're moving the football, and we got the lead.
What a good run there. He has enough for the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Trying to find his man on first down. And they couldn't hold off the heat, and he goes down with a sack.
And the defense needed that one badly. They're losing in this game. They just gave up a big play, so they finally get the sack, but you feel like they're going to need more than that. They're going to need some turnovers to get back in this game.
Caught behind the line. It's Witherspoon. And they'll make the stop, and we are headed to the end of the first period. We've come to the end of the quarter, and Nebraska is on top. We've played one. Before we move on, let's have a look at the stats. Ball's at the 27. This offense facing a 3rd and long. Pressure coming. He's going to run it. He'll get down to avoid the hit, but he might not be able to avoid this penalty flag.
Hold it.
So the penalty will not be enforced. The defense declines and stands on the result of the play. The Cornhuskers line up to punt it away. A fairly short distance here toward the sidelines, not his best work. The offense lining up for a first down play. Wasting no time throwing on this drive. Quarterback floating away from pressure. Turns it on in midfield. That defense got gashed, but they finally get him to the turf at the 47. First down for this offense. Here's a quick throw out to the left. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. Picked up some yardage on the ground. Now here comes second down. The give to the running back from the shotgun. A solid pickup there before the defense is able to make the stop.
And, you know, when we talk about great third down defenses, it really starts with them getting stops on first and second down. You've got to get those stops early in the drives to set up 3rd and long, so that's a missed opportunity on that second down by this defense.
Putting together a real scoring threat here as they pick up the first down at the 36. And the Trojans have their offense in high gear. Comes out throwing on first down. He's got his man. And the ball's on the ground. Defense coming up with a huge fumble recovery.
And when you're on defense and it's wet, it's rainy, you know exactly what time it is. That ball gets a little heavier. It gets a little slicker. You're trying to get to that thing. You know you get your hand on it. There's a good chance it's coming out. Nice job by the defense forcing it.
Gives him a little shake, and he's got some room. And the tackle is made, but not before that completion gets them 30-plus. And the Huskers racing to the line in a hurry-up.
Nice confidence by the QB. Good throw over the middle of the field. Nice little strike down the field for a big play. Listen, you got to throw it where it's open. And he found a slot, found a little hole in the middle of the field. Nice job attacking.
Well, you're making a positive out of a negative. And that time, quarterback, nice job buying time. He's trying to throw the football downfield. Nothing there. So instead of throwing it away and getting the incomplete, just get what you can get and make this next down more manageable.
Trying to buy a little time, and he cannot, but he does get it back closer to the line of scrimmage. Now facing a 3rd and long. To the air. It's Massey. Quarterback moving out of the pocket. And boy, is he close to that first down, maybe just a couple of inches short. And for the second time tonight, they'll trot out the field goal kicker. And this will be a 41-yarder coming up from the right side. It's good. And now the lead is extended a little further. So they were able to put up a 3 spot on that last drive, and now the kickoff team out there as they prepare to put boot to leather. This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. The deficit here is just 10 points, David, so a chance to answer here.
Plenty of time left in this football game. No need to panic. This offense just has to put a couple drives together. And listen, the defense will get this back and get some stops, Palmer, and get you the football back.
And I think here, too, David, you have an opportunity to keep the pressure on the opponent. Yeah, they just went down and scored, but you scored.
And the ball is intercepted. Knocked down quickly after the pick, but that offense says thank you very much, and they'll have it at the 43. Running backs on either side of the quarterback. Moving the running back, trying to get the D to tip its hand. And he found plenty of running room on that one before the defense was finally able to get him down. When you're called corn huskers, you're like a big red thrashing machine, and you're going to get it done on the ground.
Just going to chew up the ground yards. Just going to eat you up, play physical, be different. And that's what Nebraska fans want. Throw back to the old days, the glory days, and they want some of that here in this recent history.
You know, I think a big part of this isn't necessarily scoring a touchdown on that play, but you're just trying to get your offensive line in the rhythm of the game. Let those big fellas get lathered up.
They get to him as he throws. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. To the air, it's Massey. Unloads to the wideout. And they won't be able to connect downfield, looking for a big-time play. And this field goal team has been busy. This kicker comes out for the 3rd time tonight. And there is a degree of difficulty with this one, a 47-yarder from the right hash. Between the uprights, it's good. And they'll push that lead down a little further. After that last field goal drive, they're set to kick it away. He'll call for the fair catch here. Guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. Mistakes are going to happen, as they did on that last drive. Now, how will they respond, Jesse?
And this is the kind of guy who's going to take full accountability. That was my bad. That's on me. I'm about to lead this offense now down the field and score some points.
Dang, Palmer, I wish I would have played with you. I didn't play with many quarterbacks that were just like, yeah, my bad. Hey, guys, I got this. Sorry about that. It was more, you should have ran a better route.
Looking deep down the right side. And he makes the catch inside the 20. Touchdown, Trojans! And once he found some daylight, it was time to make a house call.
When you can run like that, the quarterback is going to give you opportunities. And look at him run by the defenders. QB sees it, stick the hand up in the air, catch the football, get to the end zone.
And he takes this from inside the 5. And good work by the coverage team to get the return man down on the ground. The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. They've got the lead here. Last time they settled for a field goal, but David got to find that balance between being aggressive and careful.
And I think they'll take that. I got the lead, Palmer. I got the football. I got to take care of the football, put a nice drive together, and just get some kind of points on this drive.
No doubt. Lots to be happy about right now if you're this team. I think for this one, though, on this drive, it's about finding the one-on-one matchups that are in your favor and then exploiting them.
To the air, it's Massey, feeling some heat. And he will be sacked at the 6-yard line. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. Picks up just a few before he's brought down, not really willing to take a risk there on 3rd and long. The defense calls the timeout. They're second of the day as they try to get their act together. Fair catch called for and made. Quarterback stands alone, all wide receivers. He's looking to throw it. A shot toward the end zone. And he's got it. Touchdown, Southern Cal.
The great thing about spreading a defense out, I can see where the blitz is coming from. I can see where they're weak. I can see my matchups. Nice job by the offense, spreading them out, taking advantage of their matchup, and getting in for the score.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Top 15 teams colliding today in a huge matchup, and it's now a final. Texas A&M rolled to victory, flexing an offensive muscle that almost reminded folks of the record-setting days of Johnny Football and Mike Evans. Gig 'em Aggies indeed. No cupcakes this week, fellas. This top 15 battle was much anticipated, and at least one side can say it's a game they'll savor for some time.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there. Kevin, thanks for the update. Wants to throw on first down. He'll pull it down and run. And he gets out of there and gets some yardage and gets down without taking any punishment. There's a timeout called as this offense tries to find a way to draw a little closer. To the air, it's Massey. Steps away to find some room. Going to try to get it himself. On the move at the 30. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down.
Fantastic job there buying time and then using his speed to go get a huge chunk play. You saw on defense a lot of people in the back end with their heads turned around chasing receivers. It's dangerous. You want to play man coverage. You don't want to keep your eyes on the quarterback. You're going to pay for it. You saw it right there.
The offense calls timeout. It's the second one they've used this half. Let's see what they've got on second down. He's looking to throw. He finds his man. And he was able to get away from one tackle, but plenty of help was on the way. Decent pickup on that play. They'll try to pick up the first through the air. They make the stop, but what a job on the scramble to get loose and pick up that first down. He's looking to throw. They're bringing heat. And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15. They'll immediately call timeout.
Timeout, Nebraska.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. He's looking to throw. Fires to the tight end. And he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain.
Well, this tight end, he's got size and he's got some athleticism. He's very difficult to cover one-on-one. Defense is going to have their hands full with him today.
They're going to throw it on third and goal. Didn't have much of a choice, just had to throw that one away. It'll be fourth down. So they won't get a touchdown, but a chance to put something on the board before halftime. It is perfect. And guys, after the field goal, now they have the lead. So they're lining up to kick it off after that last drive. Put a 3 spot on the board, and now the defense will try to shut them down. One more snap coming before halftime. They'll throw it on first down. Trying to escape and get it himself. They make the stop, and that is the end of the first half. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update. We're ready to get it started here in the second half.
19, USC, 17.
Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. They had a really productive first half, but in a game like this, they better keep it up.
You know, at halftime, the offense and defense separate, and they kind of go over their own adjustments. You know the offense was saying to themselves very quietly, guys, we're not going to stop anybody. We got to keep scoring if we're going to win this game. So the pressure's on them here in the second half, David.
Yeah, and you get the ball first. And so it's been a high-scoring first half. You get to go out here now and make a statement. Start this half, say, listen, we're going to keep scoring points, and then maybe help alleviate some of that pressure on your defense.
You don't see a lot of OPI, but on that play, the offensive player just way too much, and it was an easy call for the referees.
Looking to throw, it's Mendez. He'll loft one deep down the left side. And the ball will be grabbed at the 30-yard line. And they were looking for a chunk play, and they got it. The explosive picks up more than 30. This offense capable of exploding at any moment. Now they're set up inside the 30 with a 1st and 10. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is.
Illegal flag in the back.
The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. A 1st down for the offense. Now they'll try the right side. They'll put the brakes on him at the 21, give him a yard. Second down coming up. Takes the handoff. It's Vargas. They wrestle him to the ground, but he's got plenty for a 1st down.
Well, you wonder if one of the adjustments they made at halftime, trailing in this game, was to try and get the ground game established, David. They're off to a good start here.
Dang right. Stay patient. You don't have to worry about it. You don't have to press. Just try to get scoring drives together. Don't abandon the run.
These fans raising the volume on 2nd and goal. He'll ride his man on the option. He bullies his way all the way down to the 5-yard line.
Well, we know this defense is one that plays with a lot of pride, right? Part of that is their ability stopping the run. They're a top 25 unit in the nation when it comes to stopping the rush. And that
touchdown Trojans! And with that, they've got the lead here in the second half. Ready to try the point after. And with the extra point, they're on top by 5. They marched 79 yards on the drive, and they punctuated it with a 5-yard touchdown run.
Nebraska, 19.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. Always good to get points on a drive, David, but chip shot field goals can leave you a little empty.
And I think it's great to get points, but the great teams get touchdowns in the red area. You got to get out there this time and execute a little better on this drive.
You're absolutely right, David. Generally, the best red zone offenses are the ones that run the ball the best. So let's see if they can be a little bit more physical in this drive.
They'll go to the ground. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
They turned to the passing game on 3rd and short. Got out of trouble, got rid of it. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up. The Huskers will bring the punt team onto the field. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. A fair catch taken just inside the 40-yard line. And guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. And David, how they would love to stick it in the end zone one more time after that last drive.
And once you get the defense on their heels and you back them off a little bit, you get in a little bit of rhythm, it's really hard to stop Jesse, and they're going to try to do it again right here.
And if you're this play caller, you're loving what's happening right now because everything you dialed up on that last drive ended up working out. You're just looking at your play sheet. Everything you're picking is working. Let's see if they can pull it off again here.
Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on 3rd down. Back to throw, it's Mendez. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. The Trojans will send out the punt unit. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. A fairly short distance here toward the sidelines, not his best work. The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. Boy, 3 and out last time, David. They'd like to be more productive this time around.
Yeah, in the last drive, nothing really clicked. No rhythm, got off the field really quickly. They need to put something together here.
Yeah, David, bad execution on that last drive, so they got to take a collective breath and start playing like a unit on this drive.
On second down, wants to throw it. Trying to make magic on the scramble. Really nice stop there from this senior leader.
Well, great job there by the defense because they weren't able to get him sacked right away, but you saw the coverage in the back end. Nowhere for the quarterback to throw the football. Didn't get the sack, obviously. You don't get the negative play, but you also don't give up a big one. You're feeling pretty good about where you are right now in this drive.
Looks as if the defense was a little too eager there. Got into the neutral zone, and that'll be a 5-yard penalty. Defense way over-eager there, and now the entire playbook just opens up before the eyes of this offensive coordinator. Well, that changed things a bit after the penalty. It's 3rd and 3. Fires to the big fella. And they gave him no chance to get loose, and they force a 4th down. The Cornhuskers will punt it away on 4th down. Might have thought he'd want to try to pick up a few yards there, but he's content with making the fair catch right around the 35-yard line. 1st down here for the offense. He'll start this drive firing. He puts a lot of air under it down the sideline. Pulls it in inside the 10. And he cruises his way to the house. Touchdown, USC!
Really nice job working the route and getting himself open. He was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Guys, right back to your game after we update the nation on this one. Texas Tech made it look easy today, but I promise you, there is nothing easy about a double-digit road victory. And a win like this only confirms there is something special brewing with these Red Raiders.
Quickly to the tight end.
It's one game. You don't want to react too much either way. But I think both teams will leave this one with some things to work on moving forward.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. They get him on the ground, but it's a 1st down. And they'll line up from the 31 on 1st down. Looking for a man. It's Massey. Fires to the right. He's got it. And he's to the 48-yard line. That'll be good enough for a 1st down. And the Huskers want to pick up the tempo.
And I love the awareness by the wide receiver on that play because I'm not sure that route was supposed to be that deep. You got to wonder if the receiver decided maybe to adjust the route a little bit to make sure that he got the 1st down.
And they'll bring him down after a short pickup. As we head to the quarter break, it is USC holding the lead. They've done the work to build a nice cushion. Now to bring it home as we check out the stats after 3 quarters. He wants to throw here on 2nd down. That, friends, is a busted play. Incomplete.
Listen, I would get rid of that thing fast, too, if I've been sacked that many times today. They're coming every angle. Everybody's coming. They've got to me the whole day. Can somebody please get my back?
He hurls one deep down the left side. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's 4th down. A fairly short distance here toward the sidelines. Not his best work. This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. They torched this defense with an explosive passing play for a score last time out. Let's see if they go right back at him. Good pickup on the ground, and they'll mark him down at the 39. They can really be aggressive after that last play. It's 2nd and 3. Snap it to the back. They finally make the stop, but the big run is plenty to move those sticks for the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. With jet sweep pass. And the tackle was made, but there has been a flag thrown.
Hold it. Offense.
Amazing how many times an offensive holding penalty will stall a drive. We'll see if the offense can overcome it. Looking for a productive play on first down. Wants to throw. It's Mendez. He'll pull it down. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down.
I think he did a really good job, first of all, keeping his eyes downfield. You can see he wanted to throw the football. But when it's not there, don't force it. Tuck it down. Get some positive yards.
Offense gets set for second down. He's looking to throw. And the defense is all over the quarterback, and down he goes.
That defender is a matchup nightmare for any offensive lineman to block. He's got athleticism, he's got length, he's got flexibility. He put it all on display on that side.
Here comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on third down. Going over the top. And trying to put points on the board on third down. Now they're staring at fourth down. And the Trojans will try to pin them back with the punt. A fairly short distance here toward the sidelines, not his best work. And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. They've hit a bit of a lull here, and they need to get things cranked up with this possession, Jesse.
Just haven't had a rhythm these last couple of possessions, but I'll tell you, the best way to get back into one is to run the football. Establish yourselves up front the line of scrimmage and help keep these third downs manageable.
Now, and the best news is your defense at least forced a punt of their own. So now you can go answer with that good stop while this game is still close. Let's just keep...
And they got him. He'll get him down for the sack.
Well, the problem for this offense now late in the game, trailing by a bunch of points, is that the defense knows they're going to throw the football. And right now, offensively, they cannot protect the edge. You saw the speed coming from the outside. He was able to get to the quarterback for another negative play.
On third and long, doesn't need to take the check down. He lost one down the sideline. And that pass picked off. And after the interception and the turnover, this defense has set its offense up for business.
It's such a hard time. You know the clock's ticking. You know you're down. You've got to force the ball down the field. But guess what? So does the defense. They knew the vertical routes were coming. They broke on the football, and that does not look good for this moment.
Coming up on second down as they try to hold this lead. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. At the 40, there he goes. Nothing but green ahead. And he takes it all the way. They couldn't stop him. Touchdown, Trojans. They give themselves a little more cushion as they try to reel off their fourth straight win.
I love the execution on that play. Great blocking up front just to get the ball carrier an opportunity in the second level of the defense. And then at that point, it was make a guy miss and use the speed. That was a perfectly executed play.
He'll take the return and try to improve the field position. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. After throwing the pick on the last drive, need to take care of the ball this time, Jesse.
We're going to find out a lot about this quarterback right here, too. How does he fight through adversity after that last drive?
Yeah, clear the mechanism, move on. That's a part of it, right? If you're going to be a great player, you've got to learn how to handle these mistakes and move on.
And you're seeing here the difficulties defenses have trying to contain this guy. If you leave a lane open or you don't sack him right away, you allow him to get outside the pocket, he is going to take off, and he is very difficult to tackle in the open field. He's got running back-like ability out in space.
They'll line up for a second down play. Dropping back, it's Massey. And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense. Third and short now from their own 48. From the gun, wants to pass. Throws to the wideout. Another incompletion on third down. Down in the fourth quarter, it's too late for empty possessions. They'll go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Finds him out of the backfield. And they wrap him up, but not before he's got enough for the first down. The Huskers want to move quickly. Really good job there. Don't force anything. Take your time, and he finds his man for the first down.
Yeah, and I think really good job by seeing the defense. Understand that they're dropping back. They're taking away most things. All right, get the ball to my running back. He can make plays after he catches it. Nice job by the quarterback seeing the situation and where to go with the football.
Looking to go up top on first down. Trying to make magic with his feet. He is brought down, but man, what a job. Looking to move it through the air. Floating away. And the quarterback caught up to and sacked at the 12. Operating in the red zone here on second down. He's looking to throw. And that's not the way they drew it up. It's incomplete. They'd love to pick up this third down and get a fresh set with first and goal. Using his legs, it's Witherspoon. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Cornhusker! He'll try to tack on one more. Precision blocking up front. Created the open lane, and the running back followed it beautifully.
Yeah, and it's pretty easy to follow an offensive line that makes those holes and just gives you a caravan all the way to the end zone. What an unbelievable job blocking up front.
They are running out of time here. They need to get the ball back. They'll line up for the onside kick. They were ready for the onside kick and executed perfectly, and they secure the football. Line gets set, first down. They'll run the ball. The clock is on their side.
That's got to be demoralizing if you're the defense. You're trailing. You need to get the ball back. You got to get off the field, but you can't stop the run when they're going between the tackles. This defense is going to have to get a lot more physical, especially in the middle.
Two running backs alongside the quarterback. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. Ball just inside the 40 at the 39. It's third and short. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. They already have a comfortable lead, up by multiple possessions, but they're going to go for it here on fourth down. They'll try it on the ground. How about that defense rising up and stopping him short on fourth down? Offense getting set for first down. Looking to throw, it's Massey. He's got the back in the middle.
I think in this situation, 2 minutes, trailing late, I think you got to be throwing to the sticks every time. I don't know if these short completions are going to get it done. You're just not going to have enough time to get down the field. So from a play calling standpoint, I think you want to think about being a little bit more aggressive.
That pass is incomplete, and they're probably fortunate that it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. They have it at the 43, third and short, trying to avoid making a decision on fourth down. Getting some heat. And he can't escape, and down he goes. Coach has no choice here. The offense has to stay on the field, down multiple possessions this late. Fourth down attempt coming. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. He wants a big play here late. And he's picked off again. His night vision hasn't been up to speed. His third interception. Here comes the offense on first down. Quarterback will take a knee. The defense can stop it one more time, but we are close to being all she wrote. A strong, methodical, workmanlike effort from this team. No frills, just get the job done and get the win.
I love when you describe my teams like that. Just consistent, methodical, strong. I don't have to do...